Hello, hello, hello. You are now entering the world of Fly World Media. That's right. You know what time it is? It is time for another live at 5 with your guy Z Fly. Y'all like how all that rhyme, right? I do too. Yep, here I am again. And if I'm doing it on a Monday, then obviously you know it's a Movers and Shakers Monday. That's right. I'm gonna move you and shake you up at the beginning of this week. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you all can get through the week very seamlessly. You know what I'm saying? There might be some trials and tribulations here and there, but listen, hopefully I can, kind of give you a jump start to the week. Yep, so here we are with the movers, movers and shakers Monday. I'm feeling really good. As y'all can see, I'm feeling kind of jungle, kind of safari like today. You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, might as well get it started, feeling like rah, right out the box, like a tiger, right? All right, so before we get into the movers and shakers, I got a great topic today. But let me tell you a little bit about my weekend. So over the weekend, first of all, hopefully you all had a great weekend this past weekend. I think the weather was kind of crazy. If you're in New York in the north, um, I think the weather was rainy-ish, wasn't it? I believe so. Yeah, rainy, cool. It's not feeling like spring, put it that way. But I actually had the opportunity to take a bus trip, a charter bus trip to Atlantic City. Now, unfortunately, it's my first time going to Atlantic City. I feel way behind. I know Atlantic City back in the day was the place to go. If you couldn't make it to Las Vegas on the East Coast, you went to Atlantic City. So yeah, but I finally went. Times before I was like this close to going, but it just never panned out. But I had a great time. It's Atlantic City was cool. I didn't do too much. I'm not really a gambler, so really, I just kind of walked the boardwalk a little bit. We ate at a restaurant. I didn't really do too much, but it was just something to do. But the bus ride itself was the jump off. Let me tell you something. It was like they were serving food. They were serving drinks and top chef drinks, not like the little bottom shelf. They were serving top chef drinks. We had music in the speakers, like old school, new school R&B and hip hop. We had raffles. It was a really really great time. So I remember the bus trip more than I do the actual Atlantic City. Atlantic City, when I got there, like I said, we only went to Bally's. I know there's like other casinos and things, but our pit stop was Bally's, and it was a lot of people there for a Saturday. I'm like, where's everybody at? I'm thinking, Saturday people it's gonna be crowded, but not really. So, like I said, it was just something to do. So hopefully you all had a great weekend as well. That was my weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and get this live at 5 started. Today we are going to be diving into the mantra, which it always seems impossible until it's done. I really wanted to talk about that today because I just feel like that is a great way to start the week. That's right, quoted by Nelson Mandela himself. It always seems impossible until it's done. And I just thought that was a great way to just start the week because a lot of times as we go through the week, we have a lot of challenges, we have a lot of duties, and we have a lot of things that needs to get done by Friday. And sometimes people just feel like this ain't gonna get done. Okay, I'm tired already. It's Monday. I had a horrible weekend. I drunk too much over the weekend. I'll never get through this week. And we got to really push ourselves and we got to really get these tasks and these duties and these things that need to be done. Whether it's a career, whether it's your family, whether it's your kids, or it's just work itself. We got to get these things done. I know a lot of times it don't always have to be those categories, but just something just in life. Like if you want to, I don't know, get a car. Some people may want to get a car. I know some people want a house. And then they keep looking at how things always seem to keep getting in the way. Isn't that crazy? Like every time you have a goal to do something, it's like, okay, I got to do this. Okay, I'm planning to do this. Okay, my taxes came in. I'm gonna buy this. But it's not like whenever this lump sum of money come in or whatever comes in, there's always something ready to snatch it, right? Like, dang, okay, I was gonna get a car with this money, but now Now the light bill went up, or I got to get a new washer and dryer, or I don't know, I got to help my cousin out because she just getting evicted. And it seems like something always seems to happen. But so things seem impossible. It may seem impossible to reach your goals, to reach what you need to get done, but do not give up on it, because once it's done, you'll be like, wow, I remember when. See, now that's a good feeling whenever you have that. I remember when. I remember when this, this almost didn't seem like a reality. I remember when, like, I didn't have no money to even get what I need now. I remember when I thought that me and my kids were just gonna have to move in with my mom because I couldn't pay this rent. The rent was back up, and that's real too. I know somebody had $10,000 backup rent, and they kept going to court every month. Yeah, they sure did. They didn't care. She said, "Well, I'll just keep going to court," but she kept her apartment, and she's probably still there to this day. Well, sure did. And then she was trying to she was trying to give me some tips. She was like, "Listen, if you can't pay your rent, and if it's getting backed up in the thousands, just keep going to court, and just keep telling the judge, I'll pay it when I get some money." And that's what she did. And her rent, she had $10,000 worth of rent, and she was living good. Yeah, she was living really good. She would go to the stores and buy furniture. Her refrigerator stayed packed. She always had some smoky smoke in her hand. She wasn't worried about it, because why? It seemed impossible to pay that rent, but she just kept going through the system until it was done. Now, I'm not saying that you might not want to go through the system, but I'm just saying if things seem impossible, don't give up on it until it's done. With that being said, let me give you some people that we know who also had to overcome things that seemed impossible, but they stuck in there until it was done. Number one would be Oprah Winfrey. She overcame a difficult childhood marked by poverty and abuse to become one of the most influential media moguls in the world. Now, let's just stop right there. Oprah had a difficult childhood. She marked by poverty and abuse. In that moment in her childhood, I know like how she lives today. It was never nowhere on her radar. Whenever you're going through certain things, especially like poverty and abuse, you think that you're going to be a billionaire, not reporter, but media person one day, known to many as Oprah Winfrey. No, like, I'm pretty sure in those moments, yeah. But somehow, as a child, there had to be a star, a glimmer, a light that was shining somewhere that she knew that it was something better for her, or had to be something better. She probably didn't know what at the time, but she knew something was better. Another would be Steve Jobs. Experienced setbacks, including being ousted from his own company, but bounced back to lead Apple to unprecedented success. Now, I'm not even going to talk about Apple because we already see the success of Apple, but just Steve Jobs. I mean, just think about it. See, I'm pretty sure whenever he was having those setbacks during those times with his and him being ousted by your own company, I know he was like, okay, this ain't it. This ain't it. This isn't working. I need to do something else, or maybe I should just give up, or maybe I should just, go live on a farm. But no, he didn't give up. He went through the impossible until it was done. Stephen King, he received countless rejection letters early in his career before becoming one of the most prolific and successful authors of our time. Isn't that something? Received a lot of rejection letters. And see, and I like stories like this. I like stories where you hear that someone like a Stephen King was rejected from letters or stories that he was submitting. And people, and I guess these publishers, these editors was like, this ain't it. Like, I don't know who this Stephen King guy think he is, but he's not going to be an author. Like, this is not it. But look, it's ain't impossible, right? I'm pretty sure, when you get rejected, because we as human beings, we hate rejection. Now, some people out there, they're okay with it. I don't know. But rejection really hurts, right? And just think, you're being rejected. you feel like you have what it takes to be a great author, but the people are looking at you like you don't have what it takes. So it's something that he, kept on. And now look, I mean, books on top of movies, on top of everything he has now. I'm gonna give two more. Sylvester Stallone. He endured years of rejection and poverty before finding success with his screenplay for Rocky, which he also starred in and which went on to win multiple Academy Awards. See, once again, rejection and poverty. And see, and one thing, a lot of people who are in poverty, a lot of them don't see a light. Some do, obviously, but some don't. They just feel like their environment that's surrounding them, that's all you see. It's like, listen, this is my life. This is my reality. I'm not getting out of this hood. And then when you do see people on TV, you think that they had a privileged life or whatever. But as you read some of these people's backgrounds, a lot of them didn't have privileged lives. They were in poverty. They were rejected. They had abuse. And look where they are. They turned the impossible until they got it done. And one more, Tyler Perry. Of course, a lot of us should know his story. He overcame a difficult childhood and homelessness to become a successful playwright, actor, and filmmaker, known for I lost my place. Oh, known for creating the iconic character Medea. Right. So, how many times have you heard his story? And there's so many others. J.K. Rowling, Mark Cuban. Just Walt Disney. We can go on and on and on. So the point of today's Movers and Shakers is to really shake you to not give up. When things are seeming impossible, keep moving until you get it done. Okay? I mean, it's really, really important to do that as well. Like for example, me, in my own story, originally from NC, which is North Carolina. When I was moving to New York, to get into my career, of course, I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're from the South. Like, what do you know about New York? You never been to the big city. Oh, you don't have any family up there." I mean, all these little setbacks and things that could have set me back and made me feel like, no, it's impossible for someone who's a Southerner with no family ties in a big city like New York. I can never make it here. I could still be right there in North Carolina or somewhere in the South where I felt that it would have been more comfortable and easier to navigate through. But no, I didn't listen to the naysayers, and I came on to NYC, and here I am today, 15 years later, doing it big, talking to you all on the podcast. So yeah.